Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609, and I'm headed to Alamogordo, New Mexico, the long way. Why am I going to Alamogordo? Because I scratched the lens on one of my glasses, my sunglasses, and it's not bad, but it's irritating. You know what I mean? To have a little spot in your view all the time. So I'm going to go. I called them. They have my vision records from a couple of years ago, so I'm going to go over there and let them order me one more lens and get that done, because the lens I've got were supposed to be the quote scratch proof. You know what I mean? I paid extra for that, but anyway, obviously that doesn't work. But having said that, I'm going right into a little breeze, so if you hear a little road noise or wind noise, that's what that is, and I can't do much about it. But having said that, this is on highway. We're on Highway 70 now. Actually, I've got to go. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, what I did was I took a wrong turn in Ruidoso. I was supposed to go right on Highway 70, and I went left on Highway 70. And fortunately, I realized my mistake before too long, about 15 miles. So now I got to go back to Ruidoso and get on the right road. But these things happen. See, when you assume you know something at my age, you don't. And I was going to use Google Maps, but I didn't. Enough said. We're headed that way, and that's the way it goes. And we go through, Tularosa, and then on into Alamogordo. It's about 50 miles from Capitan, I think, 55 in that range. But I don't have anything to do today anyway, and I thought I better get that lens replaced. But what I wanted to mention in this video, in addition to that, was that, I do have obviously a home base in Capitan, New Mexico, which is great for the summers, May through the end of September. Perfect. I also have a home base in Central Texas near Kingsland, Texas, which is great for the winters from October through the 1st of May, approximately. And that's wonderful. And so the plan there is working. But now what I'm thinking about is I'm even getting lazier. You know what I mean? Actually, what I'm thinking about now, I was thinking, I was sitting there the other day having a beer on my new Beer 30 patio. And I was thinking, okay, Rusty, turn the clock forward 5 more years. What do you want? Where would you like to be at that time? And the answer is, for me, that I would like to have one base for me. Whether it's an RV or a small little house, it's whatever I can afford. But we'll have to see how that all turns out, because I'm just in the thinking process now. But, I'm looking at elevation now for me around 4,000 to 4,500 feet. And, that would bring back into focus, that would bring in towns like Alpine, Texas, possibly Alamogordo area, maybe, I don't know about Deming, New Mexico so much. Of course, Carrizozo, but, Carrizozo's a little, I don't know, there's no grocery store. The nearest grocery store would be Capitan, 20 miles away, and the only place you can find is out there in that desert. But again, I don't care what it looks like. What I want now to finish up in is a place with a nice view. Would really like the Terlingua Ranch, but I can't do the Terlingua Ranch at my age. That's out. Because you've got to drive 50 miles one way for food, and if you got bit by a snake, you'd be dead by the time you got to the hospital. Well, I don't know. A rattlesnake bite normally doesn't kill you. It just depends on you a whole lot. But rattlesnakes I'm not worried about. Rattlesnakes I'm not worried about. Scorpions and all that crap. I'm worried about, the climate more than anything. I don't mind heat as much as I do cold. Cold affects me more now in my older age than heat does. So what I'm looking for now is something that's, reasonably moderate in the winter, that doesn't get too cold, you know, like Alpine, Texas is great. You know, they get a dusting of snow every now and then, but the price of property around Alpine, Texas, and Fort Davis and Marfa in that area is just high. Okay, it is just expensive. That's all I can tell you. And for me, I was out there a few months ago in Alpine. And I looked around at several different places. I found absolutely nothing that would fit my budget. And you know, of course, the poverty budget is tough. But I'm not worried about it. It'll all work out. Why? Because I'll make it work out. But what I'm looking at now, and on the way to Alamogordo, the long way, you know, I mean about 40 extra miles out of the way. God dang it. But anyway, I'm looking. You know, I went all the way to Hondo on Highway 70, which is absolutely the wrong direction. And it turned out okay, because while I was in the wrong place, I was looking for a spot, because Hondo elevation is not bad and it's fairly scenic. And yeah, so on the way to Alamogordo, I'm going to keep my eyes open. And you know, would I want to become a New Mexico resident? Not really. I'd probably keep my P.O. box in Kingsland, Texas, and use that as my Texas residence, because you can keep, as long as you pay the fee at a P.O. box, you know, once you get it established, you're good to go. You know what I mean? That's what a lot of these full-time RVers do, is they establish a residency at a P.O. box, and then they can have stuff, you know, that like their license plates and their stuff like that, and their tax information and all that delivered to their P.O. box, which is good. Because I got 14 more miles to go to Ruidoso, and then I got to go from there to Alamogordo. But enough said. So as far as residency, I think I'd maintain the Texas deal. And would I want? I mean, I've really tried to think of a place in Texas that has a reasonable climate that I would enjoy living at. You know, and man, I'm telling you, the Alpine area is the only one that comes to mind. Fort Davis and Marfa. And you know, I'm doing this video with the Google Pixel 3 because apparently the LG G4 crapped out on me. I don't know. I tried to do a video, and then I was going to listen to it. I did, and it's got a crackling noise in it. I don't know what was causing it. This one may have it too. I don't know, but whatever, we'll see. But just wanted to give you a heads up that I'm not really back actively in the mode. I'm kind of casually in the mode of finding me one spot. Okay, just home. You got me? Just home. Because I can be anywhere. You know, my kids are grown. You know, I'm 74 years old. Does it matter where I light? Not really. You know, the main thing I'd like to have is access to, you know, the big box stores, or what do you call it, in case I need stuff. Maybe medical facilities. I don't know about that. I'm not worried about that. I mean, if I die, I die. That's the way it goes. But you know, I want a small community. You know, under 5,000 population, preferably. I want to be in an area where I can use my electric trike to go to the grocery store, post office, and other things, and you know, the basic stuff, kind of like what I do in Capitan, which is really neat. I really like it in the warm weather, but I couldn't do the winters. I couldn't do the winters at all, because you know, it's okay to have 2 or 3 cold days and then it warms up, but that ain't going to happen in Capitan. You know, warming up means it gets to 30. Okay, because I mean, I've been checking that, but I never intended it as a year-round home base. My intention is, like I'm using it now, just to use it as a you know, summer place, so to speak. But having said that, guys, we'll let this video go a minute. Maybe I'll think of something really important to say, which I doubt. But we're coming into Ruidoso from another direction, okay? From the, I'd say, probably east going west almost, because this road winds around through the mountains. It's hard to say whether it's north, south, east, or west, but it's more probably westerly than any other direction. But Yeah. So that's where I'm at now, is check it out just casually, you know. I mean, nothing serious. You know, I don't need anybody to be looking and giving me, you know, I mean, if you see a great place and you want to shoot me a comment or email, fine. But I think I can handle it. And the reason I like to handle it by myself is because it gives me something to do. You know, there's, you know, right around, for example, there's an RV park there on the left. You know, there's RV parks I could go live in. Okay, there's no doubt about that. Do I want to live in an RV park? No, no way, man. Why? Because getting a good, quiet spot without a barking dog or somebody that's deaf or hard of hearing that cranks up the volume on their radio or TV all the time is going to be hard to escape. I've been in enough RV parks. Okay, I'm just not into them. You know, when I need them for traveling, okay, 1 night, 2 nights, not bad. But to live in, no way, because they're always going up on the rent. You know, I want to pay the rent to me. All right, and no, and even if I buy a spot to live permanently, and it doesn't work out, I won't lose anything. You know, real estate. You know, I mean, I've never lost money on real estate, and I'm not saying that I never will. But you know, the property I have now, I promise you I can sell for a hell of a lot more than I paid for it. And not only that, the times that I've been there, it's free rent. You know, I'm paying the rent to me. You know, I'm not paying it to an RV park or anyone else for that matter. But what else can I tell you guys? I like New Mexico, I do. And there's more chance to find a place in New Mexico with a good climate. Now, do I rule out Arizona? Yeah, pretty much. Because I don't know. I mean, I've been to Arizona, and there are some nice places. You know, you get up around Flagstaff, there's some beautiful places. But what I like is high desert. I mean, what I really like is like the Terlingua Ranch, where you have beautiful views. There aren't many people around, practically none. But that I like. The downside of Terlingua Ranch is it gets, you know, you don't even have power. You know what I mean? You don't have water. You don't have anything. You know, you might be able to find a place with power, but you know, you're going to pay a premium for it. And you know, I don't really care that it's too far from the nearest community. It really is. But having said that, guys, just a little driving video this morning while I was going the wrong direction. Oh, wrong way, Rusty. Way to go, boy. But having said that, guys, thumbs up if I can get the camera. There it is. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime. But if you think about it, use one of the links or both of the links in the description of my videos now. One's to Amazon and one's to PayPal me. Neither one of them costs you a penny. You know, if you choose to use them, fine, that's great. If you don't want to fool with them, I do not blame you one bit. However, drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, keep your health any way you can. And yeah, you know what I might do? I'm really thinking about this too. You're gonna laugh at this. But what I'm actually thinking about in the next 2 or 3 years, 4 years max, is getting me a place, settling down. I may even get a dog. I might get a dog for a companion. Might get me another little toy poodle like I had before, but get an older one. You know, one I don't have to house break and all that stuff. And you know, getting me a fenced yard, a chain link fence, and yeah, live out my years watching the sunset, sunrise, and you know, like a human being. Okay, there's a police with a guy. They got him. They're searching him. I don't know. He must have done something wrong or whatever. But having said that, guys, enjoy your life. Adios. Bye bye.